10 of the most shocking real-life corpse brides that will take your breath away. There are plenty of other sordid and gruesome examples of people who lived with the dead. Several reasons have been found to lead people to do such bizarre things. Many people with several psychological disorders live in fantasy world can't accept the truth. These people start living with skeletons and corpses and they behave like everything is normal. Here are most shocking real-life corpse brides that will take your breath away actually exist. Thai corpse bride. A Thai man named Chadil Defi married his deceased girlfriend in a combination funeral and wedding ceremony in Thailand. They were engaged for 10 years. The couple had planned to get married in the future, but boy wanted to focus on his studies before tying the knot. Unfortunately, girl unexpectedly died in an accident before the couple could set a date. At the funeral cum wedding ceremony, wreaths were laid by friends and relatives, as well as by actors and singers. Elena Hoyos. In 1930, while living in Florida, her mother took her to a hospital after she had taken ill. She was diagnosed with tuberculosis. She met Dr. Carl von Cosel, a doctor who was working to find a cure. Cosel fell in love with her despite the fact that she was legally married. Cosel could not save Elena. Von Cosel asked the family if he could keep Elena's body in a casket filled with formaldehyde to preserve her. Then he was gone but was found by her sister years later. It was found that he had been living with her corpse, preserving it with oiled silk and wax to slow the decomposition. Von Cosel was arrested for body snatching but was not indicted because the statute of limitations had passed. Elena's body was reclaimed and buried by the family in a secret location so that neither Von Cosel or the curious could disturb her grave. Vietnamese corpse bride. In 2009, Levan made headlines after it was discovered he had been sleeping with his dead wife for 5 years. 2 years later, reporters from the Ngoại Dong newspaper checked in on the man again and confirmed he was still sleeping next to the body of his beloved and authorities couldn't do anything to stop him. Vietnamese papers posted photos of Levan sleeping with a human-shaped gypsum statue that contained the body of his dead wife. When she passed, he couldn't cope with the loss of his soulmate, so he dug up her remains, put them inside the statue and continues to share a bed with her. Vampire of Maai. Victor Antoine Artisan, nicknamed the Vampire of Maai, was a French grave robber and necrophile. Artisan was caught by police digging up one of the bodies in his car, and under questioning, he admitted to violating the corpses of over 100 women and keeping many in his home. He reportedly treated the bodies as if they were still alive and would become depressed when they would never talk back to him. Artisan's most prized possession was the skull of a 13-year-old girl who he called his bride and kissed daily. Malaysia's corpse bride. For 35 days, a contractor went about his chores while the corpse of his 42-year-old wife decomposed in the master bedroom of their double-story house in Damai Impian here. Police said their 16-year-old son knew his mother, Lim Adai, had died but had given his father time to confront the reality of her death. The dark secret of the man, who often spoke to the corpse, shocked the police, who found her body on the bed well cleaned with fresh clothes, indicating that he changed her clothes regularly, and in a well-scented room, suggesting the room had been sprayed with perfume to minimize the stench of the decomposing body. Corpse wedding. A family paid nearly £20,000 to marry their son to a dead woman, because they didn't want him to be a bachelor. The man, who had died 3 years earlier, passed away before he had chance to take a bride. So his family from China paid to matchmake him with a dead woman so that they could be married in heaven. The bizarre ritual is an old custom in rural China, and involves having a corpse wedding for the couple. They do this because of fears the family will be cursed if one of them dies unmarried. Marriage with girlfriend ashes. A very odd turn of events has led to a distraught man marrying the ashes of his girlfriend after being so upset by her death. Mr. Lai had a wedding in Taiwan, along with a farewell ceremony with their friends and family. It is thought he wanted to show his commitment to the woman even after she was dead, so married her ashes. Ghost marriages are not that uncommon in Asia, where a dying man marries a female corpse to keep him happy into the afterlife. La Pascualita, the corpse bride. According to one urban legend, La Pascualita is in fact an extremely well-preserved corpse of the daughter of the shop's original owner, Pascuala Esparza. She had real hair, fine expression lines on her face, and even varicose veins on her legs. The locals noticed her resemblance to the owner's daughter, who had recently died on her wedding day, and concluded that it was her embalmed body. Some people claim that her mesmerizing gaze seems to follow you around and she shifts her positions by herself. Only the owner and a few close employees are allowed to change her dress behind closed curtains. Corpse bride in Delhi. A 90-year-old man was found living with the body of his wife in southeast Delhi. Ram was found lying on the bed and his wife's decomposed body was on the floor. It seems she died a few days ago, authorities said. The flat was poorly maintained and the man was found in a neglected condition. The autopsy was conducted on the body and any possibility of foul play has been ruled out. Posthumous wedding. A South African man who shot dead his pregnant fiancée before killing himself. But family and friends wanted to remember them as a happy couple destined for a happy life together. The groom's corpse would be dressed in a cream suit and his bride's in a gown for the ceremony, at which a priest in the rural village of Ceres in Limpopo will bless the union before the two are buried.